That comeback ended a wild season for Tom Brady. Of course, it started with that 4-game suspension. Many of us had the story written. Brady, feeling wronged about the decision, launched a vengeance tour, seething all the while at the injustice before finally sating his fury with another Super Bowl title. Perfect. Except Brady himself didn't actually subscribe to that narrative. He talked to Peter King about kind of a zen approach to critics and/or NFL commissioners, saying, quote, "I'm not going to give away my power." He went on to say specifically about Deflategate. There's only one fight I can win, and that is how well I play. That's the only one I can control, because I tried to play for 18 months and it didn't work. So finally I said, my team is going to go out and play great. I know they are going to, and when I come back, I am just going to do what I've always done. Why let anything get in the way of that?
Wow. All right. Control what you can control. That was the takeaway. Teddy Bruschi joins us down Coast to Coast. You are good friends with Tom Brady. You played with him for some time. Yes. There was a quote, "There's only one fight I can win, and that is how well I play." So take us between the lines. What does he mean by that? And I know there is more to just saying what he said.
Yeah, because, Kerry, I think the word was control, and that's the key word here that Tom's talking about, how he can't control not only on the field but off the field what people think about him, what they say about him, what the commissioner and the NFL offices do in terms of the suspension or how they handle Deflategate. All he could control is himself. That's his power. That's what he means by power. My power, that I have control about my emotions, what I think about, what I let affect me. Then it transfers onto the field. The whole thing they preach in that organization about doing your job. Only thing you can control is your play. Now, does Tom let his guard down once in a while? Yes, he does, like he did on opening night down at the Super Bowl when he started tearing up talking about his family. How you see his emotions come out on the field. That's when you get some of the release. That's when Tommy uses the release of the field, of how he plays, how he lets his emotions go. That's where the control is, but sometimes you just can't hold it in every single second of your life. But the football field is where he lets it go, and it's really his interpretation on how he lets his emotions out.
Okay, so what I was able to gather was that while he tried to fight for 18 months to play, he had to finally let that go, and that was that power and control you talk about. So when he returned, was he able to separate the outside drama from what was happening and the goal in trying to win the Super Bowl?
I think he did a great job about that. I mean, I think all he worried about was who he was playing. I mean, I don't know how long he even thought about the Cleveland Browns. That first game back, that's all that was on his mind. I mean, in his mind, this is what he thought. Whatever we go with the 4-game suspension, we go 2-2, we go 3-1. After that, we're not going to lose a game. That's the confidence that he had. So that's all that he was thinking about. So Cleveland, whoever it was after that, that's how Tom does a great job of compartmentalizing things. Really does a great job, just like the entire organization, of putting out outside influences, outside distraction, ignoring the noise, which is the sign on the door in that facility as you leave. They try to live it, and Tom Brady does the best at it.
Okay, and I don't know if this is the right word for it, but someone was describing Jordan, and I think of this when I think of Tom Brady, about how committed he was. Even Kobe Bryant, they talk about how committed they were to the game and how nothing else mattered when it was time to play. And it's almost like a highly functioning disorder, if you will, because you're so hyper committed and nothing else matters. So the compartmentalizing that he had to do through this season is amazing. And here he is in the article. He talked about the 25-year-old Brady being different from the 39-year-old Brady. Can you speak to the differences?
I think the difference is, I mean, if it's only been magnified during the course of his career, I mean, from 25 to 39, just almost the passion, I think, is increased to where it just never stops with Tom. I mean, even in the off season, he won't take much time off. It's what he eats. It's how he takes care of his body. It's everything he thinks about every single day of his life. Football is a small part of it. Now, at this point of the year, it's smaller than it usually is, because now the 39-year-old Tom that I know has beautiful children and a beautiful wife and a family that he wants to spend a lot of time with. And that's the big change, still finding that time from a 25-year-old bachelor going out with your friends. I was one of them that you go out and have a good time with, to where a 39-year-old, and then you go home and all you have there is what you want. I mean, you go home and you shut it down, and that's who you want to be. So changing in terms of the man that he is also, he's gone through.
Sure. I'm sure we can see that too. You tell me about him playing until his 40s. He says he wants to do that. Completely feasible?
For him, I wouldn't doubt anything. I wouldn't. I know the motivation is there. He wants to play at a 45. I mean, that's the number. He wants 45. I mean, as a realist, do I think he'll get there? I think it's going to be very difficult. But I believe that the preparation he talks about, and the elongation of muscles and the pliability and all of the physical preparation and nutritional preparation that he does is very possible for the quarterback position. I mean, other positions on a football field that just have lengthy, soft muscles and then you're going to survive every single hit is not possible, in my opinion, because the quarterback takes a significant amount of less in terms of damage throughout the course of a game. So quarterbacks will naturally last longer. I think Tom Brady is the first quarterback athlete in the National Football League that's fully taken advantage of the new rules, taking care of quarterbacks, and also the nutritional advances and the recuperation advances that are out there. So if he wants 45, I absolutely say 45 is possible.
Teddy, can you go back and play now? Can you play with him?
Absolutely not. No.
No, Teddy, I don't think Teddy, you can go back. What are you talking about? I've seen you.
If he's got a flag football game that he needs me to participate in for charity or anything like that, I did have good hands. I could catch the ball still. And but
that's all you got for him is flag. All right. Teddy Bruschi.
That's all I got, Carrie.
That's all you got. Teddy Bruschi, such a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. You're a friend of the show.